All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really bold idea. What if we could create a payment system with literally zero fraud? I know, it sounds almost impossible, but there's a concept out there called TRUFiT Payment Solutions that aims to do just that, to completely flip the script on how we handle our money online. So let's dig in and see what this vision is all about.
Okay, so let's just start with a question that I think we've all screamed at our screens at some point, right? We've got AI that can write poetry and cars that can drive themselves. So why are online payments still such a mess? I mean, we've all been there. You forget a password, you get that super helpful card declined message for no reason, or you just feel that little pit in your stomach when you hit the buy button, hoping everything goes through okay.
And, this isn't just a headache for us, the customers. On the flip side, you've got the merchants, the businesses. While we're pulling our hair out over password resets, they're getting hammered with expensive chargebacks, crazy high processing fees, and trying to fight off fraudulent disputes. It's a system that's just full of friction and extra costs for pretty much everyone.
So, what's the fix for a system that feels broken on both ends? Well, the source material we're looking at today, which comes from BizTech Wellness AI, suggests we don't just patch it up. Nope, they're talking about a complete overhaul. A conceptual reset, really. It's about rethinking the whole thing, security, transactions, all of it, from the ground up.
Yeah, they don't even call it an improvement. The phrase they use is a conceptual leap forward. That's a pretty big claim, right? The whole idea is to stop putting Band-Aids on the old system and just build something totally new. So, what does this big leap actually promise to deliver?
And honestly, the promises are huge. We're talking zero chargebacks and lower costs for businesses. For us, completely smooth, frictionless transactions and getting rid of fraud in real time. It sounds, frankly, a little too good to be true, which brings us to the most important question. How on earth could this actually work?
Well, the secret sauce in this whole concept comes down to a revolution in biometrics. But hold on, we're not just talking about scanning your fingerprint or your face. This goes way deeper. The core idea is that your behavior, how you act, can become the ultimate unstealable key to unlock your entire digital identity. So, let's break that down. Behavioral biometrics. This is a really cool shift in how we think about security. See, it's not about something you know, like a password, that can be stolen. And it's not even just about something you are, like a fingerprint that could be copied. It's about something you do. The system is constantly analyzing the unique, subtle patterns in your actions to prove that it's really you.
And this can be applied to, well, almost anything. Think about the unique rhythm you have when you type on a keyboard, or the way you naturally move your mouse across the screen. It could even be the specific tone and cadence of your voice, or down the line, even analyzing how you walk. Just think about that for a second. Those are deeply ingrained personal habits. It would be insanely difficult for a fraudster to mimic that perfectly.
Okay, so something has to analyze all this behavioral data, right? That's where this concept introduces an engine called iAscendAi. You can basically think of it as the brain of the whole operation. It's this AI that's constantly learning your unique patterns, getting smarter over time, and making all these secure password-free interactions a reality.
But iAscendAi isn't a lone wolf. The whole vision is built around this idea of a multi-layered defense, like an AI fortress. It's not just one wall, it's a whole team of specialized AI systems working together to shut down fraud. So let's meet the team, shall we?
First up, you've got Safe AI Squared. Think of this one as the lookout, the guard in the watchtower. It's this invisible filter that's always running in the background, using predictive models to spot shady patterns and neutralize threats before they can even cause any trouble. Next in the lineup is RAID Squared, which stands for Real-Time Adaptive Intelligence Detection. So if Safe AI Squared is the lookout, RAID Squared is more like the detective on the scene. It's not just looking for old known threats. It's actively learning from all that behavioral data in real time, scoring new potential threats, and it's designed to stop a breach the very instant it starts.
And rounding out the team is DIS Squared, the digital immune system. And I gotta say, that's a brilliant analogy from the source material. Just like your body's immune system, this thing would act as a big, proactive shield for the entire payment ecosystem, fighting off attacks from the outside before they even get close to your transaction.
Okay, so we've got this incredible AI security fortress. That's great. But how does it actually connect to the real world of business? This is where the concept gets really smart, because it moves away from a clunky, one-size-fits-all approach and gets into something way more flexible and adaptive. And the star of this part of the show is something called the Adaptive Payment Gateway, or APG. This is the central hub, the conductor of the orchestra, if you will. It's what brings all that AI security we just talked about together with financial analytics to give businesses a super smart, tailored way to handle their payments. So how does it adapt? This is pretty cool. The whole system is built around a modular idea they call AI mindsets. Just think of them like specialized apps or plugins. You'd have one AI model trained specifically for, say, the travel industry, and another one for e-commerce. Businesses could then just plug in the mindset they need into the main gateway, and boom, they've got a payment solution that's perfectly customized for them.
Let's make this real with a couple of examples. Imagine you're running a subscription service, like a software company. You'd use the membership mindset. It could help you predict when a customer might cancel, or it could use intelligent retries to prevent failed payments. But now, let's say you're an airline. A travel mindset would be way more useful, right? It would focus on things like handling different currencies or integrating with loyalty programs. You can see how this lets you solve very specific, real-world business challenges.
All right, so we've gone pretty deep into the tech here. Let's zoom out for a minute. If a system like this actually came to be, what would it really mean? For businesses, for us, what are the big picture implications of all this?
Well, for businesses, the potential payoff is enormous. We're talking about a huge drop in fraud and operating costs, making compliance way easier because it's automated, and of course, a much better customer experience, which keeps people coming back. The concept even includes this thing called a universal intelligence port, which is basically just a fancy way of saying it's built to be future-proof, so you can easily plug in new AI tools as they're developed.
Now, it is super important to remember something the source material is very clear about. TRUFiT is not a product you can go out and buy right now. It's a visionary concept. Think of it as an ambitious blueprint, a picture of what the future of secure, smart fintech could be.
And that brings us to one last, much bigger question. All this technology is incredibly powerful. It promises security we can only dream of right now. But it also opens up some really deep questions about what identity even is. So I want to leave you with this thought to chew on. If your behavior is your password, who really owns your identity? Thanks for tuning into The Explainer.